Guys, I can't see one thing. Can you see me? Is that bad lighting? Probably. I really don't like this lighting. We're gonna move. Today's video, I'm actually gonna do a military spouse Q&A. Very different from the videos I normally do. Honestly, I filmed this video already and I was way too serious in this video. Like, I was taking this like I was doing a Vogue interview and this was gonna be shown to the world. But that's not happening. I'm gonna get maybe 50 views on this video, so we're gonna take this lightly and just run with it. Let's start on this Q&A video. A while ago, I put on my Instagram for you to ask me military related questions, because if you didn't know, Weston's in the military. He has been in the military since he was 18, so almost 7 years. No, actually 7 years, almost 8 years. I don't know. Anyways, the first question was, how did we meet? Fun story. So I was psycho and my family and I every Sunday after church would go to Jason's Deli. It's like a sandwich shop in Texas, and Weston worked there, and every time we went there I would just obsess over the fact of how gorgeous I thought he was, and I kept doing it so much that my whole family was annoyed with me, and my stepmom decided she was going to threaten me with the fact that she was going to give him my number. So I freaked and I got up and I left the restaurant. Well, I wasn't being bratty. I was like, oh my God, no, like I was just being a spaz. And I left the restaurant and my sister walked up to him and gave him my number, and then the rest is history. No, and then he texted me and was like, hey. I was like, hey, what's your name? The second question is, did I know he was going into the military, or was he in the military already? Well, I didn't know him at all, but no, he was already planning on going into the military. I think he was a junior or senior in high school, but he had already planned and to go, so yeah. I don't have any more explanation on that. The third question is, how did I feel about him joining or being in the military? Honestly, I didn't care. I didn't really know how much of a thing him and I were actually gonna be. So he's like, oh, I'm going in the military. And I was like, oh, cool. I just started to care a little bit more when I realized that I actually liked him. But other than that, like, it was just his job. Like, that's just his job. He's just in the military. I don't feel like I'm taking it any different than like any other job, but I don't know. The biggest conflict of interest with him being in the military, I don't know. I feel like maybe our conflict of, like, is that the right term? Conflict of schedules. I don't know. When we lived in Tennessee, he like literally woke up at 4 a.m. and then got home at 4 p.m. and I worked from like 9 to 6. So our schedules are really different. But other than that, I don't really know. I feel like when we were in Tennessee, he used to go into the field a lot. He would also used to have to go to training. So he would go in the field for like a week, and he would go to like schools and trainings for like months, which at the time, like right when he initially would leave, it kind of sucked. But then, you know, like we got our space from each other. If that, like, I don't mean that to sound rude at all, but yeah. I mean, it's definitely like a weirder schedule than a normal person working a 9 to 5 job, but I don't think it's really like a conflict of interest. I don't think it really puts a damper on anyone's marriage. Best part of him being in the military, I would have to say the places that we've lived, even though I've only lived 2 places with him, but I also went to visit him when he was stationed in DC. So I mean, really, all the places that he's been, it's just been like really cool places to go. DC, would have never thought to go there, but it was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. We lived with the military. Dude, come on. DC was really pretty. I loved it there. Tennessee, I always wanted to move to Nashville because I've always wanted to be a singer, so that was really cool. And then California. So it's like 3 places that I never really would have thought to visit and never really would have thought to live. But now that I've been there and I've experienced it, like, it's actually really cool. So I really do like the whole like traveling aspect of everything. There's a video, I'll link it down below, of when we moved from Tennessee to California. We literally did like a cross-country road trip, and that was so fun. I never, like, honestly, I never would have ever wanted to do that if it was just like by free will. But since we had to move, obviously we had to, and it wasn't that bad, and it was actually so fun. And I wish that we would have done it like earlier on in my pregnancy, not when I was about to give birth on the side of the road, so that way we could have like experienced all the stops that we went to. But it was really cool. Like, I don't know, it's just different things that you never would think of doing, you get to do, and it's so fun. I would never do, well, would I do that cross-country road trip again? Probably. Okay, worst part of Weston being in the military. I don't really know if there is one. I think maybe just kind of like the stress that it puts on him, because sometimes obviously any job can be stressful, especially the military. So I just think that maybe that would be the worst part. What part of the military is Weston in? He's in the Army. Infantry. Where all has Weston been? Like I said, okay, station-wise, I'm not gonna get into like where all he's been because I don't know that much, but DC, Tennessee, and now we're in California. And long distance advice. I think I might make a whole video about this because I have a lot to say about it, and I have a lot to say about Weston and I's relationship being long distance, but communicate, FaceTime when you can, visit when you can, be very understanding about their job and what they can do and what they can't do, and make yourself vulnerable and make yourself willing to do the things that you need to do to better your relationship. I'm really good at advice, but I'm not very good at taking my own. Hopefully it's not as bad as the first time that I filmed this. But if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know what else to say. So if you liked this video, let me know. I think the next video that I want to do that's military related is have Weston and I react to like the military stigma and like the assumptions people make about military relationships. I think that'd be cool. So give me some assumptions down below. I also have some that I asked on my Instagram a while ago. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. So just like this video, please, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.